Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Waves on the Shore podcast.
I don't like this.
I low-key just forgot the name of our podcast. I don't have any sleep in me right now. But today, we have a very special guest, and his name is Overshore. Why don't you introduce yourself to the crowd, Overshore?
I didn't know I was a guest, but hello.
Am I also a guest?
No, you're not part of this one. You're supposed to leave the call now.
You're supposed to leave bruh. I had an intro and everything.
Well,
Nope.
just say the intro.
Guess what my intro was gonna be?
What?
Hi, I'm Jaron and I like Shailene Woodley an uncomfortable amount.
Yeah.
The disappointment in Evans, you could hear oh.
Okay. Alright. Well, welcome back. We hope you're having a fantastic day. If you just came from the previous episode, you will know that it's the same day. That's right, we're grinding, and
that's right, boys.
Second episode of the day, it's 10:30 a.m. I still have my Tim Hortons large regular coffee that I've been slowly sipping away at, and clearly it's not taking enough effect yet.
Yeah, we've been recording for about 10 hours now.
Yeah, we've been going for at least 11 hours. We have 800 episodes.
We've recorded 800 episodes.
Yeah.
It's nuts. We're 15 years ahead of time. Ahead of schedule.
I'm absolutely cracked.
So, we've got a few things to talk about today. Which do we want to start off with, boys? Just absolute
Honestly,
silence.
I don't really have a preference here.
In that case, I'll take the chance to talk about flower shops if we got nothing.
Okay.
All right,
Go
so
for it. I believe in you.
New Ernest song that I completely didn't clue in on, but he posted, what was it, the chorus or something 2 months ago of it? Does anyone recall?
He posted the flower shops chorus a while ago. It was definitely more than 2 months ago.
You think?
For sure, because in June, yeah, for sure.
True.
2 months ago. 2 months ago would have been June, so yeah, it was way before then.
Okay,
honestly, I think it was closer to the beginning of the year. I'm gonna be real with you.
I completely forget, but he posted a chorus of a song a while ago, and I didn't put that two and two together. Anyways, slight voice crack. Anyways, he goes on his podcast, and he performs the full thing. Morgan Wallen also performed it live at a Whiskey Jam concert. And now I'm hearing through Jaron that it's going to be a collaboration. Yes? Is that true?
Well, while Morgan... I watched the video of Morgan playing, and
I haven't seen
before he
Morgan's
plays
yet.
the song... Okay.
Hey, guys.
So before he plays
Hey,
the
guys.
song...
Oh.
What?
How do you spell secret?
What?
SECRET.
Wait, that's it? Oh, that's it. Whoa. That's
What is
crazy.
that for?
What? All right. Whatever.
No. Please explain. Please explain. What is...
He's typing something.
Guys,
okay,
I
whatever.
haven't-
Just don't acknowledge it. Anyway.
Guys.
Okay.
Listen, I'm coming up with what I'm going to talk about as we go.
Okay.
Morgan said before he played, he was like, got a song called Flower Shops that me and my buddy Ernest are doing together. That's what he said.
Huh.
So, along those lines. So either Morgan's featured on it or Ernest is giving the song to Morgan and Ernest is featured on it, which I would be surprised if that's how that goes.
Either of them two could rock it.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I think
Yeah.
it's better off as a solo performance. But that said, just as long as I get this song. So anyways, I haven't heard Morgan's. I heard a clip of Ernest's podcast because I heard people talking about this. Oh, they perform flower shops or whatever. I'm like, okay, I don't really know what that is. And then anyways, it was literally last night I got around to the clip. And I have not been so passionate about a single song in some time. I freaking love this new song.
It is really
And
good.
I don't know, lyrically, the inspiration is it's really cool to hear the backstory. If you get a chance, look up Flower Shops by Ernest, and the video that will pop up is a 6-minute clip of him on his podcast called Ernest Performs Flower Shops and shares the story
and I think
behind
he's
it.
with Jelly Roll on that episode.
Yeah.
If you
And
know.
anyways, the inspiration was he wanted to write a sad country song, and it was a George Jones song. It's a good day for the roses, or it's a good year for the roses, and he says how like the relationship, this guy's relationship hasn't been going well. So the only thing they have to talk about nowadays is that it's been a good year for the roses, like growing. So that was the inspiration for the flower part. So
Bro, I feel like almost every song that has flowers in the title
Is a
or
sad song.
has an emphasis on flowers is a sad song.
yeah, like, she only wanted
Like,
flowers.
I have a song that I've written called Daisies Die, and that ain't a happy song.
Yeah, that ain't. Yeah, no.
That's
Oh yeah,
interesting.
Jaron
I've
has
never really
been
thought about that.
putting out some tunes lately on his Instagram
Putting
and
out
YouTube.
some bangers.
Go check those out on his Instagram.
Oh yeah,
and
thanks for the
YouTube
shameless
channel.
plug, actually.
Yeah.
Evan said he really liked my the most recent one I
Most
wrote.
recent
I
one.
actually wrote only like 2 weeks ago. Like, I wrote the lyrics and I had a melody in mind, but then when me and my buddy Zach got together when was that? This past weekend?
Yeah.
Saturday? I don't know.
It's a few
something
days
like that. Monday? I don't know. It might have been Monday. Whatever. And we sat down and I actually ended up scrapping. Like, the chorus was actually way bigger, and I actually ended
You
up
had to cut
scrapping
it down a bit.
a lot of it. Well, Zach came up with this guitar part, and so that caused me to completely rework how the chorus sounded. So basically, took the first 3 lines of my chorus, I scrapped like the complete middle and just used the last line, and it really works. I think.
But yeah,
so.
Seasons and Sweatshirts by Jaron is the one I've been loving. But yeah. Anyways,
Shameless plug.
yeah. So the story behind this song Flower Shops is basically that this relationship, it's gone to trash, like everything's going wrong in it. And so basically as a last ditch effort, like all Ernest, I say Ernest because he's the one I saw perform, all the guy can do to, like, for some compensation to try and salvage anything that's left in this relationship is just to spoil her with as many flowers as he can get. So it's a bad day for her, but it's a good day for Flower Shops because he's gonna go buy,
Because
like,
he's spending so much money.
and just man, like, I mean, it's such a like beautiful sad song. And the reason I haven't seen Morgan's version, but what stood out to me with Ernest's version is it really feels like even though it sounds like the inspiration is more based off of a song as opposed to an experience, the way he sings it, I don't know if you've seen Ernest's version, but the way he sings it, like, there is emotion in his delivery and everything, and it hits hard for me. Like, I just think there's so much to like. I think the melodies through the verses and the chorus are just like, ascending and descending melodies everywhere. It's catchy as heck. Ernest has a beautiful falsetto that I love when he uses. And just, I mean, the chorus. Let me pull up the lyrics. I mean, I pretty much have it memorized, but it's
so
like.
What I remember from Morgan's performance, I mean, he performs it in the same style of Ernest, I'd say, except he's doing it in front of a really loud crowd.
Yeah.
And he obviously has a different voice. So.
Yeah, there's like some intimacy
still,
to Ernest just doing it alone in a room with Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's this? Yeah, so the chorus is, so mister, I'll take some roses if you cut off the thorns, 'cause she can't take no more. I'll buy violets and daisies to hide all the crazy. It's gonna take all that you've got. Oh, it's a bad day for her, but a good day for Flower Shops. And yeah, I just think like it is like what's the word I'm looking for? Like, this is country music, basically. This is like country music at its core. My only concern is that, like, they overproduce the song, because I think it can be easily done. My mind, in what I want, I literally want nothing more than an acoustic guitar. Like, if Ernest released just literally the podcast audio as the official song, no complaints from me at all. Like, I don't want any drums on this thing. It should just be an acoustic guitar and a voice, and it's beautiful, and I love it. And, like, I've been talking a lot about Ernest lately, whether it be on the channel or on the podcast. Like, loving his album. I love American Rust and all his singles lately, and his Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton cover with Hayley Whitters. That, really quickly while we're here. So, I don't know if it was on Spotify, but on Apple Music, it said they had an album coming September 17th. Like a full album with Hailey Whitters.
Oh, yeah.
There's a track list there.
Countrypolitan.
Yeah, and then they
So
took
that's
it
what you're talking
down.
about, right? Okay.
So I'm wondering if that wasn't
Wait, what?
supposed Yeah, it's not there anymore. So I'm wondering if that was, like, not supposed to go up yet. Anyways, like,
Really?
So I don't want to, like, over talk about Ernest. But,
Islands in the Stream is a banger, though.
Islands in the Stream is still there, yeah. But, I don't want to talk about Ernest too much, but, like, this is why I've been buzzing about this guy. Like, he just continues, and this Flower Shops is by far, like, if he puts this out and doesn't mess up the production, this will be his best song to date, unquestioned.
Yeah.
Unquestioned.
Honestly, yeah.
Like,
that's true.
I just need to come on and talk about it because I like I said, I've not been this passionate about, like, a song in a while. I freaking love it. I'll stop talking now. You guys can chime in or we move on.
Well, no, I mean, I think it deserves to be talked about. I think it's just really... It's not like this super intricately written song, but I think it's just a really good idea. And it's just nice. And, I mean, I'm a sad boy. I love sad country music. Bro, ugh. Like, I'm just... my inner sad boy really vibes with this song. Every song I write, which I guess is kind of... It's always sad.
Yeah.
To some degree. That's just how I... And I know there's... I mean, and I know there's other artists that are like that. Like, for example, Zach Bryan. Almost every song he writes is not necessarily sad, but it might have a somber feel, or...
Oh, Archie.
I don't know. But I've always enjoyed sad music, so... this one, I really like this one a lot.
Yeah. I mean...
And that doesn't mean I don't enjoy happy music, because...
Yeah.
A lot of Ernest's other stuff is super
His first
fun.
album's very happy.
Like Sugar.
Yeah.
Locals Only, I love that. While I was at the beach back in June, I was listening to Locals Only a lot.
Like the song or the album?
Oh, the whole album.
Okay, just make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think when you talk about, like, the lyrics and everything, like, how it's not this crazy written song, I think it's because it's more like the emotion and the story it's
and it
telling.
Doesn't need to be.
That's the thing. It doesn't need to be, or else it would feel like...
Unless you're jaded.
It would feel, like, overdone, I think, in a way where,
fired.
like, the whole point of this song is that this guy's got nothing left. So, and I think you get that in the lyrics, like the verses, how simple it is. It's just, but at the same time, there is, like, still a lot of cleverness thrown into the wordplay. Like, he took up drinking since she took the time. I love that line. And yeah, it's just, I think it's the story that it's telling does all the work for the lyrics. And yeah, I think, honestly, if this gets released and they don't overproduce it, this is, like, for me at least, Song of the Year contender. Easily. Yeah, that's my rant on Flower Shops. I'm gonna sip my coffee.
I'd have to. I mean, obviously, we'd have to see what else comes out. But I can see it being. It is that good, but I want to see what the final, because he hasn't actually released it yet.
Yeah, that's the thing. He could mess it up. I really beg he doesn't. But with what we have here, he had the potential's there. The
I doubt
potential
he
is
will,
there.
because I feel like every song he's released, I feel like I will be very surprised if Ernest messes this song up.
Especially given
Every song that he has released,
yeah,
I think is pretty good.
Especially given the, like, origins of the song and where it came from, and how he literally in his podcast pauses and says, "This is where a Willie Nelson guitar solo comes in." I have faith he won't mess it up, but I guess I can't really make these bold claims until the studio version comes out, but the potential is there. If he reaches that potential is another question, but friggin' love the song.
100%.
We can move on now because I feel bad because Jayded has just been quiet because he didn't have much to say through this. But
I mean, it's no We Were Vampires, so I don't know if it could be a Song of the Year, but
it's given Wilder Days a run for its money.
Wilder Days is a banger, honestly, though.
All right, what do we want to move into? Jayded, you haven't spoken much. Did you have something you wanted? What were you using Secret for?
He's asleep.
Yeah, I mean,
you can.
I just can't wait to talk about this John Mayer segment.
Oh yeah. So this is. Are we moving into that?
Sure.
Oh, now
I'm okay
now
with
I know
it.
what. Okay. Anyway, so I dedicate this section to Cyrus. Basically, if you listen to the previous episode of the podcast, you will know episode 4 was lost. We lost the audio, which is a shame because jokes aside, it was a really good episode.
It was a banger. It really was.
Me and Jaron really got into talking about John Mayer, and so when Jaron realized that was the episode we lost, he was kind of disappointed. So
I got upset.
we're just gonna have a
I
John.
slammed my desk.
Yeah, we're just gonna have
And
a John
since that
Mayer
episode,
segment.
I have listened to this album 20 times in preparation for
Room
this
for
discussion.
Squares. Yeah, so we're just gonna have a John Mayer segment because me and Jaron, since we didn't ever get to end up like releasing that episode where we talked about it, we are kind of like, we just need to vent about John Mayer for a bit because I have been listening to John Mayer too much this year, if that's a thing. Yeah. So where do we begin? Where do we begin?
I think the only place that we could possibly begin is with track 5, obviously.
Yeah, track 5 of what album are you going to be talking about of John Mayer's? Jayded.
Room for Squares.
Sorry.
Right?
Yes. That's
Let's go, baby.
I just.
You picked a song and a half, I tell you that.
All right. What is the song?
Well, what's
that
the
you wanna
song?
be
What's
talking about?
what's this one you want to talk about?
Yo, you actually. You chose a banger.
Neon.
Track 5.
Neon.
Neon.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like,
What do you think of the chorus of Neon?
I think the chorus is it's a solid 7.4
Okay.
out of 10. Yeah.
And what do you think of John's instrumentals? Like how do you, like when he's on shredding that, when he's shredding this guitar, it's like the whole time, bro.
I mean, you know, how could you not love it, you know? It really spoke to me, you know? Like, I feel like he
Alright.
really portrayed the emotion through that guitar, like in a way that I haven't really seen before.
So would Neon be your favorite on Room for Squares?
Oh no, absolutely not.
What track is your favorite? And don't give me a number, give me a title.
Oh,
Well, yeah, keep going. What?
Love Song for No
Bro,
One.
how long are we gonna keep this at?
I don't
What do you
know.
mean?
guys can't hear
Listen, I
'cause-
I have a passionate love for Love Song for No One.
Okay. Okay.
Wait, I misclicked. Hold on one
I
second.
don't know how long we're gonna keep this up, but
All right.
I have literally just like been slowly playing Neon on my
That-
guitar, but Discord tunes it out. But while
That-
I've been
Jaded's
I've
talking
been
about,
while we were
That's-
talking about it, I played it on Spotify for me.
yeah,
that
I mean,
searching, reflective, amiable / good-natured, earnest, poignant, energetic, intimate, optimistic mood about it. I really like that.
Bruh. Okay, I need to. All right, just for
yeah,
some of
literally
the
that whole
audience
time
knows-
I was just playing Neon slowly, but Discord tunes music out. But you'll hear it in the podcast, so Jaded, while you edit this, please keep that in, 'cause it's kind of funny you're talking about a song you don't know while I play the song to you, but you can't hear it. Okay.
It is
What do you
actually-
mean I don't know that?
All right, whatever. All right, the joke's dead.
Jaded's
Audience,
never listened
just
to
so
any
you
of
know,
it, so,
Yeah, Jayded hasn't listened to he probably's never even listened to a John Mayer song. He's a John Mayer virgin, probably. I don't know.
Good
Jumping
term.
to conclusions.
Okay, how are we gonna start? Because me and
But-
Jaded,
That's
or me and Jaron,
Neon
should
is
event
actually
about-
actually a banger though.
Dude,
Neon.
listen to the live
Y'all have
version.
fun.
If
I'm
you-
gonna take a quick nap.
If you
You
like guitar, you will like the live version of Neon. Yeah, and I got an electric guitar, so you already know I've been playing Slow Dancing in the
Actually,
Burning Room too
hey
many times.
Evan, we should. Do we wanna? Maybe we should both talk a little bit about Sob Rock, and then we can do our own albums.
All right. Yeah, I'm down.
That's just
So-
an idea.
John Mayer, new album, Sob Rock. First album since 2017. What are we saying? What are we saying?
So I will preface my thoughts on this album with a statement, like I often do in every episode. This album is one of my favorite John Mayer albums that I've listened to so far. I still have I'm trying to think. There's a couple that I haven't listened to, but I've listened to like his first 4 or 5, and then this one. My favorite album after listening to this one is still Battle Studies, which I feel like is kind of a hot take.
I think honestly, like, that's one of the ones that, like, has never stood out to me that much. There's good songs on it, like Half of My Heart's a top tier song.
Yeah, and it's weird. Well, actually I do know why I like it so much. So I do love Half of My Heart, and Heartbreak Warfare is also a jam, but Assassin. The song Assassin
That's
on
fair.
Battle Studies. Oh wait, I'm getting off topic because we're supposed to talk about Sob Rock. I don't want to talk. Anyway, Battle Studies is my favorite. We're talking about Sob Rock. I'll gush out about Assassin in like a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Sob Rock is really interesting. I know me and Evan have both watched that. There's a 30-minute interview with John. Yeah, I've watched it.
Let's go.
And it's really, I really like what he had to say about
Why You Know
Love Me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's interesting. The reason it's phrased like that, Why You Know Love Me, in such a childish manner is because the pain, the heartbreak he's feeling has hurt him so much, it's almost put him in like this vulnerable, childlike mindset.
I love the way he words
Why
it.
You Know Love Me.
I love the way he words it, where it's like
he's just been torn apart so much that he's just, that's just how he feels.
The way he describes it is, he says it's not English as a second language, but language as a second language. And that's got to be one of the most clever things I've ever heard in an interview, because it's just like...
I think that's a really interesting way to look at it.
Like, words wasn't
but
his first
I will
response
say
that he
that
commented.
I still am not a huge fan of, like, when I'm singing the song, it's Why You Know Love Me. It's just like a little... it's just,
I definitely get that, but yeah.
Like, so I showed it to I was actually telling my friends, my buddy Colby and my buddy Dathan, they both play guitar. And my buddy Colby really likes John Mayer. And so I was telling them about that part of the John Mayer interview, and I played this song for them, and we were actually laughing a little bit, cuz like it is a little, it's a good song, but it's a little funny when you're with your buddies and you're like focusing on the lyrics, cuz it's
definitely
like,
low-key one of my
Why
favorites
You
in the
Know Love
album.
Me.
It's top 3 on
It's
the
just
album.
like, yeah. I don't really. I love Carry Me Away. Ooh, I really like Carry Me Away.
I think,
and I guess I just feel like I don't know if Why You Know Love Me is top 5 for me.
Top 5. So in the top 50%. I mean, for me, the big standouts.
It's good, but
New Light. Like, New Light is arguably
is
top 10 John Mayer song ever, for me at least. So that's always going to be up there.
Yeah, it has my favorite John Mayer lyric, actually. Pushing 40 in the friend zone.
Pushing 40 in the friend zone, yeah. Then Why You Know Love Me, and then either Wild Blue or Shot in the Dark could both. Really, that 3, 4, 5, 6 run. It's just solid.
My fave would probably have to be Carry Me Away, honestly. And a New Light is probably it would be Carry Me Away, New Light. I guess I just feel like it's super chill, and I love the guitar.
Yeah, I
It
can
goes
agree
on
with
a
that.
solo. I love that.
I think To the Right One Comes is also like a good little groove.
And I like the rest of them just a lot. And I'm actually... Last Train Home is good, but it's not my favorite one on this album.
Yeah, I really liked it when it came out, but I think it's faded on me because other songs on this album.
Well, it
just kind
feels
of
like more
prevail.
like... it almost feels more like a novelty to me, because it's like supposed to feel super 80s-ish, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I
the
feel
whole
like,
album was supposed to be... I like the way he said...
Well,
like,
yeah, well, that's like the... I get that.
It's an interesting
that
concept where he says
that
like,
one, Last Train Home specifically, is a little, I don't know. It's good. I guess I guess it sounds like I'm negative on it. I'm not negative on it. I like this song.
Yeah, I mean, The
compared to
concept
the
of the
rest.
album is interesting, where he says like it's that album that you think you've heard before but you haven't. Like how he's saying like he wants it to feel so reminiscent of the 80s that it's like you hear these songs and you feel like you've heard them before.
Like he wants you to, he wants you. It's kind of like deja vu. Like you
he wants
see
this album to be
things,
deja vu,
you
even
experience
though you
things that
haven't.
feel familiar, but you know they aren't.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
It's interesting. So, Sob Rock, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I don't know what I'd rate it, but
Good.
do
out
we
of 10.
rate it good out of 10? Then do we want to transition? So last episode, the episode that got lost, me and Jaron both for that segment where we bring an album we've been listening to. We both brought a John Mayer album. Do we want to bring those back and talk about them quickly? Or unless you had a different one you wanted to bring.
No, we can hit them real quick.
Okay, you can go
Did I
first.
talk about battle studies last time?
You talked about heavier things.
Oh, that's right, I did. Well, I'm going to talk about battle studies this time because since then I have listened to battle studies and I like it considerably more. So, we can hit them real quick. I feel
Yeah,
like,
we can go.
if you want to. I'm gonna let you go first, cause.
Oh, I'm going first? Alright.
Yeah.
I am bringing The Search for Everything, his 2017 album. Holy crap, this thing is good. And I don't think it gets the credit it deserves. I think definitely like the first half I think is stronger, although the closer You're Gonna Live Forever in Me is probably the best closer this album could have asked for. But like literally the first 7 songs are all like Still Feel Like Your Man. I've been trying to learn that riff on the guitar and it's hard as heck. But like that is one of the grooviest songs, and it's a great late night song with the piano and the backup vocals. How like it's almost messy in a way, but it's so tight at the same time. And I freaking love it. But the one I really want to talk about, I mean, you've got Helpless is again a beautiful song, an awesome jam with a lot of good guitar. Love on the Weekend is one of his bigger songs that like has honestly grown on me since I've really started getting into the album. Same with In the Blood, changing the theme for Search for Everything is just like it's exactly what it is. It's an accurate theme. But the one I really want to talk about is Emoji of a Wave, because I never like when I first got into this album, I was like, oh, it's it's a good song, whatever. But like lately, it has grown on me to the point where it's like climbing the ranks is my potential favorite John Mayer song ever, low key. Like it is. I have fallen. I don't know if you are familiar with it. Are you familiar with Emoji of a Wave?
No, but I do remember from talking about this album with you before. I feel like you gave me the sense that this album was almost. I don't think you said it yet, but it's almost like cinematic, maybe.
Yes, it's
In the way
very
it
like
sounds.
theatrical.
Theatrical. Okay, I haven't heard it.
Like
but
it
that's
sounds like
right.
it sounds like a soundtrack, because we were saying how it has a theme song, the theme from The Search for Everything.
Yeah.
So
And
it sounds like a
I still need
soundtrack.
to listen to this
It's
album.
that big, it's that beautiful. But I think Emoji of a Wave is probably the song that gets the sound the best and takes the best out of everything. And it's almost like low-key folky. Like I could genuinely see Jayded potentially liking that song. It's not like a John Mayer song where he's gonna go on these crazy riffs or there's a lot of fancy guitar work. It's just like marimbas and acoustics and pianos and whatnot, but his vocals, the chorus is what sells it for me. Like it's one of the most addictive choruses I've heard in a long time. And even lyrically, I mean, like when I first started getting into this album, I saw the title like Emoji of a Wave, that especially since John's like freaking 45 now or something, so he would have been like
Yeah.
40 at the time. I was like, come on, what is this? But it's actually really clever, and I like how he never actually says emoji in the song, but
Yeah.
by the title,
I actually can appreciate that about songs sometimes when the title actually
isn't even said.
isn't really in the song. Like it's
Yeah.
not a lyric. Like there's a song by Sierra Eagleson, she's a really small like folk artist that I really enjoy.
I feel like I definitely have a song
I might
of
have-
hers.
Oh really?
I definitely do.
I'd be interested to. We can maybe talk about her later, actually,
Yeah.
in this episode, because that'd be a really good excuse to maybe get her a little bit more exposure.
Brush
because
Fire
she
is the
deserves
one I have.
Oh yes, Brush Fire. Oh, sorry. Okay. Anyway, I'll go off on whatever. What I was saying about that, she has a song called Darcy's Song, And I have a theory. I actually need to look at the lyrics of the song and like analyze them to prove the theory. But I believe that because in the song, she never says the words Darcy's song. I believe that the song is based off of the relationship and Pride and Prejudice between Darcy and Elizabeth, from Darcy's perspective, maybe. But I need to actually look at the lyrics. I think it's kind of interesting. She's also a really good songwriter. But that I just really like it when songs do that. Like,
yeah, and like, but if anything, the title kind of pulls the song together, because if you got it from if you didn't have the title and you listened to the song, first of all, you would think, my gosh, that's a good song. But you would think it's just like a failing relationship, which it is. But I think the title then makes you realize what it's actually about. Because the chorus is like, oh, honey, it's just a wave, but I know that when it comes, I'll just hold on, blah, 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 blah. And you realize that it's like basically him losing her, like, over the phone. Like, she hasn't said it yet, but he knows eventually, like, just by the way she's been texting him, he knows that eventually she's gonna get the nerve to, like, dump him, whatever. And I think it's really awesome. I think another thing I want to point out with the Search for Everything is, if I remember correctly, every single song is every single song is a solo write. Like, the whole album is solo written by John. And I think John Mayer deserves a lot more credit for his songwriting. Like, he gets a lot of praise for his guitar playing, which is very deserved. But I think it almost overshadows his songwriting ability because, like I said, I forget, maybe there's a co-writer too, but like, for the most part, I think this album is entirely solo writes. And I think it's one of his best written albums. So, yeah, that's the album I brought last week, and it's several weeks ago now. But that's the album I brought, and it's the album I still want to talk about today. And that's my blurb on it. If you're going to listen to one song from it, please be Emoji of a Wave. But if you don't have time for the full thing, at least listen to the first, 5 songs, because they're all incredible.
All right, I'm going to real quick hit Battle Studies, and I say quickly, and it probably won't be quick, but I'm going to try to make it quick, and I'm going to say that because I do want to talk about Sierra Eagleson later, because we brought that up, and now I'm really passionate about that, because I've got a little bit of a history with, not her personally, but whatever, that's off topic. Anyway, I love Battle Studies. I don't know, I just really like all these songs, but specifically, there's two tracks right next to each other that I just love. There's a song called Assassin, and I love the lyrics in it because it's just about this relationship between these two people, but instead of looking at it from like a more cliche perspective, it's called Assassin because like he's like going into this relationship like, I'm an assassin, I'm dangerous, like I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna wreck this chick's life, and then there's a twist in the song where he finds out she's an assassin too, and so they're both like, it's almost like a battle, and it's like, but it's like he's just looking at relationships from the perspective of like this kind of stealthy warfare kind of thing, and it's kind of, I don't know, it's really interesting, but I love the chorus and the song. It's so good.
It's catchy.
It's just like, oh yeah. Have you heard it, or do you remember it?
I recall. Okay.
I just don't like. I'm on Spotify looking at this album's track list right now. And I'm looking at the plays, and it actually upsets me that so many songs have more plays than Assassin, because I think it's easily the best song on this album.
I mean, for me, my favorite, I think it's one of the bigger hits though, is Half of My Heart.
It is, and Half My Heart is one of my favorites on this album.
It's also
probably my third favorite.
A duet with Taylor Swift. So,
yeah, well,
Cyrus.
Okay, so the thing about that is it's an uncredited, I wouldn't call it a duet. It's a feature with Taylor Swift because
she's like a background
She
vocal.
only shows up. You can only hear her for like a total of like 5 to 10 seconds actually in the whole song. Yeah, I promise. It's
I promise.
It's like, cause she doesn't show up until like it's like the second verse.
Yes. Surely it's.
Oh no, sorry, not it would be chorus. She shows up in like the second or third chorus, and it's only in that chorus. And her voice, it's Taylor Swift, so you know her voice.
That's true.
And she only and it's only for like 10 seconds. It's strange almost, cuz it's when and I know there's the drama, and I love John Mayer and Taylor Swift.
You're allowed to like both. Like,
and and I don't, it's like
I like both as
whatever.
well.
I'm not going to get into the drama. Yeah. It's weird, and a lot of it's just speculation, but it's interesting because it's weird that she's uncredited and that she's almost just treated as a backing vocalist, and she's only in one chorus, and it's interesting to me. Oh, but the song's good, Half of My Heart. But my second favorite song is actually, I believe it's a cover. Crossroads.
Yeah. He did a really good live performance of that. Well, he's done several.
Yeah, Crossroads is so good. And I love that Assassin leads right into it because it's just, I don't even know what to say. It's just like, it just sounds
You just
instrumentally.
completely cut out there.
I didn't cut out, I stopped talking.
Oh, I was like, what? I was so thrown off.
My brain is shutting down. I don't know. I just love this album. It's hard because there's not, like when we were talking about Sob Rock, Last Train Home is easily my least favorite on that album, but it isn't bad. But I don't know if I have a least favorite on this album. I just like Who Says. I really enjoy Who Says too. And actually, looking from the streams, that's actually the most popular song off this album, which I didn't even realize. Friends, Lovers, or Nothing. I don't know. I really enjoy this.
War of My Life is a good one. War of My Life is a good one.
Yes, yeah, it's so good. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Battlestar.
We've talked a lot about John Mayer, so we are now going to give Jayded a chance to shine a bit because he did not have much to say about John Mayer, but me and Jaron just talked for a long time. So, Jayded has something that you wanted to talk about. We are unaware of what this is. So, for normal. So, take it away.
All right, everyone. I have gather round class.
Gather round.
I have a public service announcement. Today we're going to discuss why sleep is important.
Oh no.
What?
I thought this was going to be related to something, but go on.
Now, most adults need between 7 to 9 hours of sleep per day just to keep a healthy rhythm. For one...
Oh, sorry, I should have muted my mic. My bad.
This is so scary.
This is a disaster.
Listen, shut up. Sleep.
Go on. Tell us
Sleep keeps your heart healthy, all right? During sleep, you get the heart hormones, and they keep you healthy. Now
you get the
now if you're like me, then you are an avid energy drink consumer. But I want you to think about it. If you are substituting energy drinks for sleep, not only are you getting more vulnerable because you're not getting the heart hormones, which is the scientific name for them, the heart hormones, but you are also adding on to that energy drinks. In addition, sleep can help regulate blood sugar. So those energy drinks.
Were you just researching this while we were talking about John?
Yes. Yeah.
I was gonna say he's probably got a Wikipedia page pulled up while we were talking about John Mayer.
Sleep helps regulate your body's metabolism, and also sleep deprivation can have a number of health effects related to your metabolism.
Is this just because you're running on 13 minutes of
sleep? Sleep deprivation is low-key underrated. Don't add me.
Sleep also helps reduce stress. Now, after you drink all those energy drinks, you might feel a little stressed out. You know, your heart's racing. You just gotta go to sleep. That's what you gotta do. Because when you sleep, you relax and you recover from the day's worth of energy drinks that you're drinking. And also sleep. It gives the mood regulating hormones.
What is that?
Where are we going with this? I'm so thrown off. Like,
sleep also makes you more alert. It makes you feel energized too, because when you sleep, you got more energy.
You know, my nickname in high school was the Energizer Bunny.
I think you mentioned that before somewhere.
No, I just always say, whenever somebody says something, I always just say that was my nickname in high school. Like every
never
time.
mind that.
So I've probably said that before.
All right.
Around you.
Although, ironically, the first time I won a video game tournament, I did it on no sleep.
How did we get to video? Brother, what's happening here?
Listen, this podcast, it's already a mess, all right?
Jayded's like, I am the captain now. He's just hijacking the pod.
Let's talk about
gonna
Warzone tournaments, all right?
No, what?
So,
When did we agree on Warzone tournaments?
we didn't agree on nothing, all right?
Okay, just go quickly. Go quickly.
Listen.
This is a music podcast, after all.
They need to buff the foul, all right? Listen, the foul, it's good, all right? It's good. But
The FAL.
yes. But I call it the foul because I use it. The only people who don't use it call the FAL.
Okay, whatever. Continue.
It needs a buff, and it needs to do more headshot damage because it used to be super good with headshot damage. And by the way, it takes a good bit of skill to get the headshots from 200. Oh, I just pulled my plug. Now I'm only in one ear. Okay.
I'll pull your plug.
Okay. Also, the MP5 Modern Warfare is the best secondary. Don't have me. All right.
Okay,
Jayded,
and with
what is
that,
happening right now? What is
okay, with
going
that,
on?
Jaron went to some concerts.
Yes,
I don't know
did.
what we just listened to for the last few minutes, but Jaron went to some concerts, and he wants to share some stories with us. So take the
Also,
floor,
when you don't sleep, you start to ramble about other
and that's what
things.
just happened for the last 7 minutes. I
Yeah.
apologize to
Okay.
the listeners. We are now going to talk about
Maybe they're
music-related
Warzone
things.
fans.
So back
Write down below
Yes.
if you agree with me about the foul.
If you if
you
you
sound off in the comments.
if you have something related to music, Jayded, ramble about it. But I don't know what's happening.
This is my podcast now. All right?
That's fine. Okay. About how long ago? About a week and a half ago. Actually, sorry. I gotta organize my thoughts here. Maybe not. It was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago tomorrow, because tomorrow would be Saturday the 14th. My buddy was at my buddy Dathan's house for his birthday.
That's a
And it's
dope
like
name.
6. Yeah, it's like 6:05, and we're just chilling, playing Halo, and I get a text, and my buddy Zach, he's the guy who I write stuff with. He's the guy who plays guitar. He texts me, and I'm like, oh, I got a text from Zach, so I'm checking my phone, obviously. And he says, I've got 4 tickets to a Brad Paisley concert tonight at 7:30 at Ruoff Music Center. You want to go with me and CJ? And I'm like, shoot. Now, I'm still at my buddy Dathan's house, who lives in between Yorktown and Muncie. I know you guys don't know where these, but Ruoff, from there, if I drive straight to Ruoff Music Center, it's gonna be we'll call it an hour, probably.
Okay.
From Dathan's house, and
We'll
I
just
gotta
agree to
stop at
call
my
it an
house to
hour.
change, and it's 6:10, and by the time I leave, it's like 6:20, and the concert starts at 7:30, and what I didn't really need to. I remembered as I'm driving there that I don't need to rush because obviously there's openers, whatever. But and so this is super short notice. And essentially, what happened is he had a coworker. He works at a shop, So like with like mechanics and stuff. So he's
Yeah.
working on cars and all that. One of his coworkers used to work at this venue, and he's got a friend that still works there, and so he got like 4 tickets. So we had lawn seating to a Brad Paisley concert. So we had free tickets to a Brad Paisley concert. And I'm like, I was kind of tired, and I was like, do I really want to like I'm so tired right now, but I'm glad I ended up going because let me tell you, Brad's just a great guy, just in general, first off. But like his guitar playing, bro, it's just so fun. Like it's not even like, John Mayer can really play the guitar, but like Brad Paisley can too, but they're like, they're different.
They're different.
And
yeah.
yeah, and Brad is like, there's just some like carefree, just fun energy about Brad in general.
Yeah.
And bro,
Very laid back guy.
and he was like switching all these guitars left and right. He had like 8 different guitars he was playing. One of them he played one song near the beginning of his concert, and it's like this nice baby blue. I don't remember what kind of brand it was, but he signs this guitar and then hands it to some like 8-year-old girl who's like just in front of the stage, and then he's like, I just made a Taylor Swift.
What?
Like he's like, I'll see you in 8 years. Like,
Oh.
Yeah. So he like, cause he gave this little girl a guitar. Bro, she got a free signed guitar from Brad Paisley, bro.
Not a bad
Me and
deal.
Zach were.
And then Jaron and
Yeah.
Zach found her backstage and stole the guitar.
we beat her up. Yeah. No, it was just really good though. He also performed then and
Yeah.
Whiskey Lullaby, just him, like with the acoustic, and it was just beautiful. Like when he did that one, he walked out onto like the strip because a lot of like stages kind of have like that part of the stage that kind
Yeah.
of like goes out. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like into the crowd. And he went out and performed it on his acoustic, and it was just so good. I love Whiskey Lullaby. I think it's one of the greatest country songs of all time, and I stand by that fact.
There's a strong argument
And-
for that.
Yeah, and it's just beautiful, and like, it was amazing. So I got the concert was great. It was just so fun. He played This Is Country Music and Old Alabama, and it was so good.
Old Alabama, that's one
yeah.
I'd kill
And
to see live.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. But I got a story within this story.
I was
and
just
then
gonna say,
real-
I was just gonna mention, you said you had like an encounter.
Yeah, I have so about halfway through this concert, I'm with we had 4 tickets, by the way. I asked my buddy Colby if he could come, and he wanted to, but he was with his girlfriend, and he was really mad that he couldn't come because he was hanging out with his girlfriend, and he didn't want to bail on his girlfriend. So, but don't tell
I
him.
would.
Don't tell him
I
that. Don't
would,
tell him that
honestly.
because. So we had an extra ticket that didn't get used because it was me, Zach, and Zach's girlfriend, and so it's us 3. So I'm not. I mean, not really. Well, I'm third wheeling, essentially. And so Zach and CJ are next to each other, and I'm next to Zach. And about halfway through this concert, this chick who is you could say she was slightly intoxicated. She walks over to me, and this isn't word for word because this was 2 weeks ago, and it was a late night, and I don't remember. Obviously, I'm not gonna know exactly what she said, but it went. She was she had at least had 1 or 2 drinks, and she had a drink in her hand already, and I'm pretty sure she drank more after this. But she had been kind of to our right and like behind us, and remember, we're on the lawn.
Yeah.
And she walks over to me, and she's like, this totally catches me off guard, and she's like, "Hey, cowboy, how about you come dance with me," or something like that. And I'm like, I'm like panicking because I'm like, I don't know, like my alarms are just going off. Like I don't want
Sharon's
to
never
dance.
been that close to a female.
No, oh, well, all right, never mind. We're not gonna have. Never mind. But I don't remember. Like it was dark and she was drunk, and I was like, this is not a good idea. And she looked like she was like in her late 20s or early 30s, and so I'm panicking. And this was not what I should have said, but
Oh, no.
and hindsight's 20/20. But I'm panicking, and I say, "Sorry, but I'm a little young."
Oh, no.
And so And I'm like, right when I say it, I'm like, oh no, that's not what I meant to say. That's not like, that's not what I meant to
come out.
Yeah, and so like I meant to say, I should have said, I don't dance. Like, find a way to diffuse the situation without making her mad. But that's not what I did.
God.
So and then right when I say that, I'm like, oh crap, no! Like I start apologizing. I'm like, that's not what I meant. But she's drunk, and she's mad now. So she's just looking at me, and she's like, you know what? No. And then she tells me to like f off, and then she's like, I just saw you over here having a good time, but no, you can just be like an asshole. And I was just like, all right. I kept trying to apologize, but then she just walked away, and I was like, I didn't mean to.
So in the end, everything worked out for you.
Everything worked out. She didn't like. There was no. I was worried that she'd come back and try to start something again, but she didn't, which is good. But I did feel really bad, just because I didn't. I shouldn't have said what I said, but she was drunk, so.
Wouldn't have mattered, but.
And the thing is, I mean, I was a little young. I just shouldn't have said that because that was a little offensive. Because I'm like, I'm 20, and she's probably like, I don't know this chick. She's drunk, and I don't want to dance with her. I'm just trying to enjoy Brad Paisley, and I don't know. It was just, but it's funny when I look back on it. It's pretty funny. And
yeah.
And then just last week, at the Indiana State Fair, Josh Turner was playing the free stage, so me and Colby met Zach and CJ at the State Fair, and me and Colby, Josh Turner was playing at 7:30, and me and Colby got there at like 6:15 because we're like, we're gonna get us good seats, and Zach was supposed to meet us there too, and then Zach doesn't get there until like 6:55, and he doesn't tell me that he's running late, so like, but like I talked to him on the phone. And he makes it sound like he's about to walk into the State Fair. And then he walks in like 45 minutes later. And I'm like, bro, we've been waiting on this bench for 45 minutes. If you told me you were late, I could have gotten us some good seats. Because it's first come, first serve. It's the free stage. You're paying to get into the fair, not the... But, I mean, we still saw the concert. And it was really good, actually. And obviously, Josh Turner is my favorite artist of all time. So, obviously... are you kidding me? A free concert at the State Fair? I'm not gonna miss that. And so it was great. He played all the hits. Your man. He actually, I knew he always plays Would You Go With Me. I was like, he hadn't played it yet, and he walked off the stage, and every artist comes back for the encore, and I'm like, he's gonna come back. People were leaving, and I was like, y'all are idiots. And he comes out. And he does a little bit of a bait and switch. Because when he comes back out, he doesn't play Would You Go With Me. He plays a song from his cover album that came out about a year ago. He plays Good Old Boys, the theme song for, whatever, it doesn't matter. That one show. I can't think of the name right now. And that's a good song. And I was like, I know he's gonna play it. So right when that song ends, I know he's gonna play Would You Go With Me. And then it came on. And I looked at Zach before it came, like a couple minutes before he played it. I was like, he's going to play Would You Go With Me. I bet you $5. Bet you $5 he's gonna do it. And Zach didn't take me up on it. I wanted $5.
What a code.
But it was great. I actually hadn't never seen him live in person. I've been to he did a live stream concert back in
that you bought
March.
Tickets for.
Yeah, that I did, and me and Zach watched that together back then. But in person, I was worried his voice would be a little bit different, because sometimes a live performance is just different than the studio. But like, it was amazing. His voice is already like amazing. Yeah. And I know some people. I have friends that aren't a huge fan of it. Like my one friend Paige, she has trouble understanding him because of his I think the pitch of his voice.
I can understand
because it's so low sometimes. But yeah, it was great. We actually I know I was talking about seating earlier. Well, we just ended up leaning against a wall to the left. We didn't have the greatest view, and we were a little far away, but it was good. It was good. I feel like there was something else that I meant to mention.
I have some stuff written down, but that's not... I don't have anything else from you. I can't believe.
Mention it. But 2 concerts in less than Less than a week.
That's yeah.
Brad Paisley and Josh Turner, not too bad. Oh, and also, I guess I should mention
feel
this.
like
For Brad,
Okay.
the openers were Jimmie Allen and Cameron Marlowe. And I actually, Cameron Marlowe has one song that I think is genuinely great.
Oh, it's
called
that
"Leaving to
tequila.
Me."
What's the one? I have a camera roll, so I did it for New Music Friday. Frick me, what is it?
And then Jimmie Allen is much better live than his stuff, like studio stuff, recorded stuff.
It's tequila. Yeah,
He has a
Tequila
song called
Talk.
"Underdog" that's actually pretty good off of his first album.
Who is that?
Live, I liked it a lot. What?
Who is that?
Jimmie Allen. I'm
Jimmie
saying
Allen?
Jimmy. I'm not a huge Jimmie Allen guy, but live.
Oh,
I
dude, me
enjoyed
and my
him a decent
brother,
amount.
we always just meme Jimmie Allen. Like,
Bro, he at one point he had like he started out with 3 layers on, and he was like pulling an Adam Levine. He was just taking clothes off. He literally took his shirt off at one point, like all of his shirts off.
Jimmie Allen.
Because he had a
confuses
wife
me.
beater on underneath a black tank top, and then he had a jacket over that. He took the jacket off at one point, a denim jacket. Then he took later, and a couple songs later, he takes off his black tank top, and then he takes off his wife beater. And I'm like, bro, what?
Whoa, Jaron, you seem a little young to be seeing all this. Yeesh. Seems inappropriate.
Look, I like my chocolate kings. I'm into those. Let me tell you, Jimmy.
I just look at like his Betty James Gold. Like, what is the title? Betty James Gold Edition, Apple Music Edition. Which edition is it? But
Make up your mind, Jimmy.
I look at the features and it's just like, I mean, first of all, there's like 17 features on every song, so don't really know what he's going for there.
Oh wow, he really does.
Low Cash, Lanko, Pitbull. Why is Pitbull in more than one country song this year? I don't know. Teamwork? What the heck is Teamwork?
So his 6th song on Betty James
Boy
is called "When This Is Over," and it features the Oak Ridge Boys.
Wait, what? Oh, wait, what? Hold on, what are you looking at?
I'm looking at Betty James, the 6th track.
The 6th
The
track?
album.
That's Boy Gets a Truck with Keith Urban.
Wait, what? Are you looking at? Are you looking at like the Apple edition or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
That's probably why.
What am I looking for?
The Betty James, for me, only has 7 tracks.
Oh,
wait.
I found it. I found it. When This Is
Oh,
Over. Yes.
you were looking at the gold edition. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I had just clicked on the normal Betty James. So it says that it's featuring the Oak Ridge Boys, but then it's also featuring Torrin Wells and Rita Wilson. So like, why do you even bother just putting the Oak Ridge Boys in the title if it's also featuring 2 other people?
Yeah, I don't know. It's very like, it's a very crowded
I should have muted
looking
my mic.
track list. Like, there's just so much going on when you look at it, at least on Apple Music, because there's just the title, the features, the names under the features and everything. There's like, but like, could Guy not make a solo song? And at least like, I mean, I don't know. Jimmie Allen, he just confuses me. I don't understand what he's trying to do. Like, I really I struggle to see the vision of what he's trying to create. Because he strikes me as somebody that, like, would talk like he's... What the frick? I just accidentally played one of his songs. He strikes me as someone that, like... I haven't seen, like, a Jimmie Allen interview, but he seems like someone that would come on.
I think he was on Ernest's podcast at one point, actually.
Was he? I only see clips of Ernest's podcast. I don't listen to the whole thing, but...
I've listened to episodes of it. I watched the Hardy one back in... No, not watched. I listened to the Hardy one back in June while I was on vacation.
Yeah, I see clips. But he seems like... Jimmie Allen gives me, like, Keith Urban vibes in the sense that he's one of these people that's like, oh, I'm trying to, like, unite the world through music. But then just puts out, like... I don't... There's got to be, like, another word to describe how generic and bad Jimmie Allen's music is. Like, there's... Because bad and generic don't do my opinion justice.
Yeah.
Like, Good Times Roll with Nelly, that song makes me want to, like... What does that song make you want to do? Without getting too dark. I'd rather, like, pierce my foot with, like, a marshmallow roaster,
Oh gosh.
What?
and then infect it, then have to listen to Good
And
Times
let it
Roll
get
too many
infected.
times.
Gross.
Yeah, like I wouldn't rather go deaf, but I'm getting close.
He's
But,
calculating these things.
I am, because I have a strong dislike for Jimmie Allen music. It's just like,
Yeah, I think
Ugh.
Best Shot's an okay song, honestly,
What?
but I think Best Shot is an okay song, but
he
Other
had
than
one
that-
single that was kind of catchy. I think what's his? Yeah, and maybe it was Best Shot.
yeah, it probably is.
Like that one was all right, but like,
Yeah.
man, man, I'm sorry, Jimmie
Yeah.
Allen, if you're listening to this. I don't think you are, but if you are, I apologize. You're probably a great person, but man, your music is not my thing.
All right.
All right, we're coming
wanna
up
move
on
on
like
to
an
what
hour
we-
and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Jayded, did you have an album that you'd had like a
No, I just
been
want to
listening
go to
to?
sleep.
I think we can probably like we can
Okay.
probably close this episode off, and we'll prep for next week.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Then let's talk about well, actually, let's wrap this up and then we can talk about what we want to do next time.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we're gonna close this episode off. It's a bit all over the place. This one. We're trying to salvage things from episode 4 that got lost. We're also tired as heck. Jaded's on 13 minutes of sleep.
Exactly 13
I'm
minutes.
pretty sure I have COVID.
We're all a bit tired. Jaron has COVID.
I have a headache and my nose feels bruised because I've blown it so much.
I'm just running on a Tim's Coffee and Farmer's Wrap at the moment. So, you know what? I still think we had a good time. We hope you enjoyed listening to this, even if it was a little bit scuffed this week.
Listen,
Guys, any
if
closing
you're
thoughts?
if you're still listening to this, there's probably exactly 0 listeners listening to me talk right now. if you're still here, like
If you made it through the Jayded health
Then
awareness.
you're a real one. You're a real one. We'll be
Listen,
we'll be back to. Oh, what were you gonna say?
I'm just proud of you. All right. If you made it this far, I love you.
We'll be in the next few episdes.
I love you,
unless
man.
unless you're a West Virginian, in which case you
Okay.
can go to hell.
We'll be back with more normal, better planned episodes
Well,
in the coming
normal
future.
subjective.
Because these episodes, we literally just woke up at 8 a.m. and started talking. But we're gonna get back to normal scheduling, more planning. We have some guests that we've been talking with, kind of, that we're gonna get more in touch with to get on. Hopefully,
Luke
get that moving a
Combs.
bit more. It should be an absolute blast. So stay tuned. We got big things coming for the podcast. We hope you enjoyed. And yeah, have a great day.
Yeah, Midland, hit me up later.
Yeah, Midland, hit us up. All right, sweet. Bye.